Well, welcome. We started No Limits to help build out-of-the-box thinking and leadership really at the beginning of this year. And we're very honored to have John Dean here today. John is a very interesting person if you ever get the chance to get to know him, because not only is he a very Akamai business person, I think the name is synonymous with Silicon Valley Bank CEO for many years, increased the assets from 900 something million to almost 6 billion. I think Forbes and Business Week had him as one of the most connected guys in the Valley.
It takes extraordinary effort, discipline, fairness, and a bit of humility. And even if you have all of those attributes, that doesn't guarantee you're going to be successful. I think what it does guarantee is that it will increase your probability of being successful. As a leader, you need to take ownership. And I don't mean being egocentric or selfish, but too often what we end up doing is saying, well, this isn't right, or I don't like. Well, if it doesn't right, if you don't like it, appropriately take some action. Have discussions, whether it's with Pat or with somebody else. Sit there and say, hey, geez, this doesn't feel right. Help me. What's wrong? But too often we sit there stewing in something when we're not looking for alternatives. Another thing as a leader I'd leave you with is know thyself, which is Socrates. So today, more important than an accounting degree, an economics degree, a science degree, is some knowledge of psychology. Who are you? What are your drivers? What's important? What are your preferences? We all have them. Suggestion to Patrick or to Jan is, one thing I'd recommend that I used, it's a tool, and you're for me. If you approach it, and I'm using this tool, but there's others out there, is the better you understand who you are, what your drivers are, as you lead, as you build an organization, as you participate as a member on a team, the better you know who you are and your preferences, but equally important, your team members, I think the more successful you can be. And the more that you respect diversity, and I don't mean just between male and female and black, white, Hispanic, I mean in terms of preferences for personality types, I think the stronger the team you build. And this, you might come up with the best goals in the world, but if the folks you're trying to climb the hill with aren't in sync with you, don't understand, there isn't communication, chances for your success are reduced considerably. It's execution, it's execution, it's execution. I've seen some of the best strategies fail. It's execution which leads to leaders, people working together. Let me give you the Silicon Valley Bank, as Patrick mentioned. We took that, and I mean we, the team, the entire bank, we took that from market value, stock value of $65 million to $3 billion in 7 years. Yeah. The world has our strategy. It's how we executed the strategy, how we recognized people, how we rewarded people, how we built a culture of values, and how we shared as a team, and how we respected diversity, I believe, made that company great. Okay. Great companies build great values, have guiding principles. And what do I mean by guiding principles? If you looked at all those companies and said, well, what were their guiding principles? Each one had something that was different, but almost all had a great respect for their employees. Again and again, it was respect for employees, importance of employees. So what I'd leave you with is the best companies, the great companies over time, have established a sense of ethics, a sense of values. And one of them that I find very interesting was the commitment to the community, giving back to the community. And so the companies that said corporate profits at all expense were not the ones that succeeded over time.